everyone, and welcome back to the Fruit Basket podcast that I do every Saturday, where I talk about the hot topics of the week. And it's been a while since I really done this, at least on schedule. And I was planning on doing a video last week where I talked about the Superman trailer, but I decided to talk about it this week, as well as just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't have that much else planned. Except just, talking about the trailer. It will probably be a very short episode, but I'm going to try to talk as much as I can about this. And I just watched it again for like the fifth time, maybe, before watching this, so it's very fresh in my mind. So let's just kind of go through what happens in the trailer. I have it pulled up right here, but we're not going to watch the entire thing. We're just going to look at, bits and snippets of it. First off, the Yamcha Superman. He's in the Yamcha pose. This is like him right after falling out of the sky. By the way, the costume, I feel like on screen looks a lot better than it has in any promotional stuff. Like any promotional pictures. It doesn't look as good as when you see it in this trailer. I feel like, I've always been a fan of the suit, but I think it has garnered a lot more fans since people have been able to see it in the trailer. Yeah, this looks great. We also get little snippets of, Superman as Clark Kent. I love how they're kind of keeping the fumbling nature, the gentle giant version of Clark in this. Like, you can see how he's different from Superman. Like, Superman, he's got that slick hair in this one. But when he's Clark, he's got it all kind of messy. It's curly. I like that. And we get a little look into the Daily Planet. I like that they have the globe inside. There's also the globe on the outside, but we don't see it here. That's in like the teaser trailer. Get our first look at Lois Lane. And we get a little look at Paul Kent. But then we have what everyone's been talking about in regards to this trailer. We have Krypto the Superdog, which the CGI for the dog looks really good. He's just such a cute dog. But people have been going crazy for this. I've seen people making little statements or jokes being like, you don't understand. This is how the everyday, the average moviegoer is gonna, this is why they're gonna go see this movie, is for Krypto the Superdog. Yeah, it looks great. I'm glad they put Krypto in the movie. I wonder how much of a role Krypto's gonna play. Yeah, I love that. There's this scene right here where Superman saves a little girl. Just great. Like, beautifully shot. Oof. Just incredible. Oh my god, there's also Lex Luthor in the scene. And here's the thing, not just in this scene, but in other scenes alone, where you get a closer look at Luthor, like this one. Nicholas Hoult, especially when it comes to like his facial expressions, just seems so like great, and I feel like he's really gonna pull it off here. There's another scene too where it's a close-up of Lex and it looks like he's like breaking down crying, which is great. We also have this scene right here, which is shot beautifully, as well as a kid calling out for Superman. The public is seemingly against Superman with this scene right here. He gets like a bottle or something thrown at him. This is also where we get Green Lantern. Nathan Fillion, Green Lantern, Guy Gardner. And he just looks ridiculous. You can tell like how much of a smug asshole he is in this scene. Just look at his face. But yeah, the movie looks amazing so far. I love that they kept the bowl cut. I believe he's supposed to be on a team with Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, and maybe Metamorpho, who does show up in this trailer. I don't remember where. I think it's somewhere here. But yeah, like, I think there's supposed to be like a team with Maxwell Lord. It's like JLI, kind of. I mean, Hawkgirl wasn't on JLI, and I don't think Mr. Terrific was either. Or Metaphor. I don't know. It's like another team or something. Who knows? Maybe like this version of the Terrifics. Who knows? But yeah, we get to see her in action. There's a kaiju in Metropolis. That's awesome. Superman has to fight. We get a look at what might be Solaris from the All-Star Superman comic. That'll be cool. A little bit of them kissing. We get a Superman robot from the fortress. We also get a scene of the fortress, I guess, forming. Then we get Metamorpho, and he looks, oh my god, like this shot right here just looks amazing. But yeah, I love like I like the texture that they add to him too. Looks pretty cool. You can see like the different elements on his shoulder. This scene, this shot right here, I love. Just a shot of a beaten Lex just crying. I've seen people like be like, "Oh, this is just him. He's crying over how much he hates Superman." That would be pretty cool. We'll see. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, I'm very excited to see. I feel like he has everything that it takes to pull off Lex. We also get a glimpse of what might be Ultraman, where they're fighting. Think. Yeah, here we go. It could be Ultraman, who knows? There's been like other clips of him where it's like there's a U. So yeah, more than likely Ultraman. I don't know, but that's been it for the most part. It just looks great. They also don't end the trailer on a title card, which is incredible. They, essentially the way they get through the title of the movie is through people chanting it in the background, which just sounds great. It's also, there's no like pop song either, which, is almost in every single trailer now when it comes to these superhero movies. It's just the score, which is like a electric guitar cover of the Richard Donner Superman score. Well, Richard Donner didn't create it. I think it's John Williams who created the original Superman movie score. But it was just great. Like that playing on this trailer overall was great. Whether it came to the music in the background, the cinematography, like how it looks, just the emotion coming through it from the actors. I definitely had some problems. I feel like there were definitely certain parts where, I don't know, it made me a little curious, like in terms of how David Cornsweet might come off as Superman, like when he went to go hug Paul Kent. There was a little bit where I felt like, oh, this kind of feels a little stiff, but it's just like a few seconds, so I'm not gonna base the entire movie based off that. It's just more like, that's something I noticed that seems a little fishy, but overall I enjoyed what was in this trailer. Definitely got me excited for the movie, but we'll see. I've seen some people try to talk about this, and some, I don't know. For the most part, there's been like wide support for this movie just based off the trailer. Like the trailer looked incredible, and people were just hooting and hollering all over the place for it. And then you had the party poopers, the Snyder fans, who were just going completely livid over the trailer, just trying to find anything and everything. There was even one person who was crashing out over the trailer, and when people pointed that out, they were just like, I'm not crashing out, I'm more like Light Yagami playing like 4D chess. It was insane. Like, if you don't know who this person is, they go by Mercury or the Snyderverse on Twitter, and literally their entire personality is literally just talking about Snyderverse. Like, he only really talks about Snyder and how Snyder is the best, like nothing else. It's all based around Snyder, and it's just like, okay, you can be a Snyder fan, but when you make your entire personality online about how you love Snyder and how Snyder's the GOAT, it just comes off as lame shit. Like they put out this tweet being like, genuine dog shit. This is in response to the trailer. Genuine dog shit. We're going to see a lot of people realize is giving them exactly what they wanted and asked for, and they'll end up hating him for it in comparison to the quality we had in the past. So he's saying like, oh, he's gonna give you guys everything you ever wanted, but it's not gonna be as good as what Snyder gave you, so you're gonna hate him for it, even though he's giving you everything you wanted. So like, it makes no sense. Trying to like break down and compare it to Man of Steel, like, oh, he crashed when Henry Cavill crashed into the snow. He just got back up. Not like David Cornsweet, who had to be carried by a dog because that's what would happen in a comic book. It's like, are you Are you saying something stupid because something that would happen in a comic book is happening in a comic book movie? So it was in response to this tweet, and someone pointed out that says, "This crash out tells me it's going to be pretty good." Like, he was crashing out over this trailer, and people were making fun of him. And in response to that, he was like, "Crash out." Whole time it's me giggling into my phone, like light yogging me in that one Death Note clip. He's like, "I'm not crashing out. My feelings aren't hurt that everyone loves this trailer. I'm like a Sigma male." Oh my god, it's just fucking loser shit. Yeah, that would definitely make you seem cool. Of being like, "No, I'm not crashing out. I'm like an anime character." Ugh. But like, that's like the worst I've seen of it. For the most part, people have been pretty much enjoying it, even though I believe David Ayer literally had to quit social media because when he came out and actually, you know, when he came out in terms of like giving his thoughts on the trailer, he was pretty positive towards it. And then Snyderverse fans literally bullied him off the internet for a while. So like, even though like for the most part this trailer has been getting a lot of support, it's not going to like quell these fucking weirdos online who really just don't know when to give up. Like, they just can't be normal. Their entire existence is essentially just being Stan's account for this one director, and instead of talking about the projects he is currently working on, they rather talk about all these older projects that he did and how they want him to come back to do those older projects again, instead of actually like signal boosting, and talking about his current projects a lot. Because like, you could do that instead. You could talk about like Red Dawn, Twilight of the Gods, which honestly I do want to check out, even though I'm not a Snyder fan, and you'll probably find that out once I am done. There's a current video that I'm working on, like a video essay that I'm working on, about the DCEU entirely, and when that comes out, you'll understand my thoughts on Snyder's DC movies. But like, even then, I understand like Snyder has a lot of strengths, and I feel like with that like animated COD show that he did that like came out, I want to watch that because I feel like his strengths are gonna make that like really good. Like, I haven't watched it yet. I've heard a ton of praise for it. Whether that was from Snyder fans, I saw like random Twitter posts. I'm not sure if it was like just Snyder fans gassing it up, but like for the most part, I see these sort of people. They're only talking about like DC Snyder stuff instead of just boosting the stuff he's actually doing. Like, they don't talk about like plenty of good works that Snyder has done in the past, like Dawn of the Dead or 300, in the same light that they talk about this stuff. They rather just rehash all the stuff over and over and over again. But whatever, let's move on. But yeah, like the DCU's here now. We got new projects coming out. Creature Commandos has been out for a while now. I was watching it. I kind of fell off because I wanted to catch up on some other shows, but I'll have to get back into it soon. But yeah, I enjoyed the first few episodes. I definitely have my problems with it. That's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to glaze Gunn or the new DCU all that much. I just really like this trailer. Creature Commandos is still pretty fun, but I'm not gonna glaze a certain creator over and over again. But at the end of the day, I think this is really all we gotta leave it off with. I mean, I could speculate somewhat of what might happen, but I feel like there's just so much that like it's hard to put it all together. Like, where does Green Lantern and the other heroes fit in? It seems like it's really gonna be about a story. I mean, I don't even have to speculate on this because I feel like it's definitely been said multiple times. Like, how do you take a Paragon, like a character who is like just a straight Paragon, like the symbol of good, and put it in a world that's kind of full of gray? And I feel like, how do you take a character who's all about being a superhero in a world that makes it difficult to be a superhero? And I feel like, the people behind this film have definitely been like running that same sentiment of what this movie is supposed to be. And I'm very excited to see where it goes. Like, it looks incredibly fun. It comes out like sometime before my birthday, like a week before my birthday. So I'm hoping to get like some family and friends to maybe take me out during that time as like an early Christmas gift, an early birthday gift. But we'll just have to wait and see. Like that's all I want. That's all I want for my birthday is just to see Superman. Okay, that's all I want. But I think we'll just have to leave this here. There's not much else to say. It looks great. I'm excited for the new direction. Just hope it lives up to the hype.